It travels up the electric current.
We love Donald. Donald came from Mercedes. He was, how many years there?
6 years.
6 years at Mercedes. What I'm about to show you, it's a 2014 Mercedes S550. Not a cheap car in 2014. You're kidding me, right? Guys and gals, I got something that's really kind of interesting. First off, I'd like to introduce you to one of our service assistants here, a service rider, Donald. Donald, say hi.
Hi everyone, Donald.
We love Donald. Donald came from Mercedes. He was, how many years there?
6 years.
6 years at Mercedes. And we were lucky enough to hook him, and now he's here. And at first, when he started telling me about what I'm about to show you, I went, come on, you're kidding me, right? But he proved, that's what I like, condition, cause, correction, confirm. He proved his theory, and he's gonna tell you a little bit about it. Working at Mercedes, it's not an uncommon problem. Shoot, dude, tell me about it.
All right, so this car came in for a check engine light, which had a cam position sensor code.
How many just one cam?
Just one cam position sensor code.
And this thing's got like 4 different cam position sensors, I believe, right?
Correct, yep.
Okay.
So first
Wait a
thing
minute, let me slow it down. Okay. It's a 2014 Mercedes S550, not a cheap car in 2014. Woo,
not a cheap car now.
No, not a cheap car now. Not a cheap car to fix.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep going.
So first thing the technician did was inspect the cam position sensor. He pulled the male end, and we found it has a brown tint to it.
Well, a brown tint. When he's looking, he's saying brown. I'm saying this shiny, oily, and that's what it is. It's oil. You're not going to see brown on that black. But look at this one here. This is a little. You can see this here too. Try to
That's pretty wet.
Yeah, that's pretty wet right there.
And a lot of it was. So yeah, you check the other one for reference.
And look, this one here, look how much that one's got on it. So we've unplugged these from the sensors, and they've got oil on them. So you go,
where's it coming from?
Where's it coming from?
Yeah. And
we know it's coming up through the sensor housing.
Correct.
Into the connector. Now this is the part, I'm good with all that, but this is the part I thought, you're punking me, man, but keep going.
So oil gets past the connector and starts traveling up the engine harness.
That's the part I was like, no way, no way,
Yep.
come on. I mean, this engine harness, this hooks to the ECU.
So I told him, pull the ECU.
And what did we find?
Oil.
Oil. And it's hard to see inside this thing, but if you look down here,
See all the brown on the tabs, on the pins?
yeah, you can see it here. It is shiny, and there's oil in there. And there's also oil on this connector here. You can kind of see it right here. Now, folks, trust me on this, I didn't drip oil on that. And so I was like, wow. And Donald tells me this story. So Donald, tell us the story about Mercedes. What's their repair procedure for this thing?
My training there is that we would have to replace the engine harness, the engine control module, and anything else that was contaminated. Unfortunately, you can't see how far the oil went until you start disconnecting things.
So is there other sensors that is it usually just, it's the cam sensors, or is it a crank sensor?
Yeah, the cam sensors were known to fail because they didn't have the correct insulation on the body side.
Yeah.
That, most of the time it was those, and then often it was actually the crank breather.
Let's get one of these sensors out. I want to pull one of them out. Hey, who's working on this?
Kyle,
grab a Torax. Let's pull one of these sensors out. I just want to have a quick look. Oh, this is good. Crazy stuff, man. So if you look down here at the bottom of that connector housing is full of oil. Wow. So the oil is probably coming up through here. And it's flowing down in there. Look at this. Look at the oil coming out of that connector. How does oil flow through a harness all the way up. How does that happen?
It travels up the electric current.
Okay. Did Mercedes actually produce a document that stated that? I mean, have you ever?
No. They have no documents, no recalls, no extended warranty.
I do know there has been some transmission connectors that actually do the same thing. It's pretty much, it's called like wicking, that it just, the electrical current kind of helps it just suck it up, actually. Instead of like, you think it just flows down through the connectors, it actually sucks up into it.
Everybody, this is Kyle, one of my young technicians.
Yeah,
he's
my wife, I'm young.
He is young. What are you, 30 years old?
I am 30.
You're just a pup, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so it wicks it up through the harness. The electrical current causes that. Guys, I'm always fascinated by how things happen and work and the condition cause correction for things. I would love for somebody to really give us a lesson. Now, I'm going to name a guy out there, Larry, Daro the prosecutor. Larry, you're the guy that's going to know this. I'm looking for an answer on this. He's a great follower, and man, the dude he's a whip. He's smart. I think what we're gonna do, this is what I want to do. You tell me the dealer tells you replace the harness, the ECM, all the sensors.
Very expensive.
I mean, are we talking? That's got to be 5-10 grand.
I've seen anywhere between 10 and 15.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
10 and 15,000.
Okay, we're not going to do that. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to replace obviously the sensors that are leaking, and we got
Correct.
a code, so we're going to do that.
That'll stop it where
I think
it's at.
there's 4 cam sensors, two on each
Take
end.
two.
We're going to replace all 4 cam sensors. We're obviously going to clean out our connectors, brake clean out the ECM connectors, clean out the ECM. And the other thing we're going to do on that is we're going to replace the crankcase breather. I'm sure this crankcase is building pressure and it's pushing that oil up through the sensors. We will document this, advise the customer, and I think now that we got here, let's put our hands on the car. Come on.
Mercedes.
We're going to do a blessing on the car and hope that this is the last we have to see of this thing, because I don't want to have to charge a customer $10,000.
I'm gonna pray to the car gods.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, everybody. Current.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh, it's nuts. I didn't believe it the first time I heard it. And then we would see
I mean,
it
I've
twice a
seen
week.
some bizarre stuff in my life, as
Yeah.
you can imagine. Not all of it has been on cars,
I bet it's hard to stump you, huh?
but that's wild. Okay, let's fix it for the customer that way, and keep our fingers crossed. Cool, guys. Good job. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.